Welcome to the Comic Storian channel, where we take the universes within your favorite pop culture elements, be it a video game, a movie, a comic book, or a TV show, and we break down the stories behind them so that you can enjoy them as an audio drama. Go on your day-to-day life and keep up with your favorite pop culture universe. Today, we're going to be continuing the storyline from Teen Titans Rebirth. So, to catch you up real quick, in DC, Robin went out and built up a new Teen Titans team. It featured Red Arrow, Kid Flash, and then the daughter of Lobo, Crush, a Instagram star named Roundhouse, and a genie named Jin. What ended up happening is the team is failing to learn to work together, and during all of this, Robin has a secret Black Ops prison beneath the Titans base that only Red Arrow even knows about, and what his plan is to capture the villains, lock them up in this location, and just throw away the key. Basically, he doesn't want to have a revolving door of Arkham and feels that Batman has been failing. When we last left off, Deathstroke had entered the picture, and Robin decided it was time to go ahead and get him. So he was rounding up the Teen Titans to go capture Deathstroke. And if you want to chat with me about what you like about Deathstroke or this Teen Titans team, let me know in the comments down below, or follow us on our Twitter at ComicStorian. We're trying to build up our presence over there and would really appreciate your help coming over to our Twitter and just following and chatting with me. I'll answer any question you tweet me, as long as it makes sense. Sometimes you guys don't make full sentences. Anyway, enjoy Teen Titans, The Death of Deathstroke. Robin can see it in his dreams. He can see his face, Deathstroke, and he's killed everyone. He screams as he wakes up from his nightmare and he tries to wash his face, but he can see Deathstroke's face in the mirror too, and he lashes out, punching the glass. Just then, Jin comes in asking what's wrong. She heard the screaming. She kneels down behind him asking if it's that man again. Is he sure that he must do this now? Robin looks at the blood dripping from his knuckles. He knows what he must do. He must take down Deathstroke. The next morning, Robin gathers the team together to go over their next target, Slade Wilson, or commonly known as Deathstroke. He is an agent for the Other, and this is their chance to finally stop him. Kid Flash says that this just isn't some street-level criminal like Gizmo or Black Mask, and Red Arrow adds, yeah, but for once, Kid Flash is thinking, and he's right. We're not ready to handle someone on that level, Robin. Not yet. We need more time. But Robin tells them that they don't have more time. Every day could mean another body on the ground. Everyone has gone up against him at one point or another. He nearly killed the original Teen Titans years ago. But it's the same thing every time. Deathstroke somehow walks away. Even when he threw himself into another dimension to try and bring his son back from the dead, the image then changes on the screen to a woman and her daughter. And Robin goes on stating, "This is Sophia Evans, 8 years old. Her mother was Deathstroke's therapist at Arkham Asylum. She's dead now. This is what Deathstroke does, and I intend on stopping it. But to succeed where the Justice League and the old Teen Titans failed, we must work together." So, later that day in Covington, Georgia, Deathstroke goes to his usual barbershop to get a shave and a cut. The barber Len tells him he's right on time. Getting the usual again? Well, have a seat and relax. We'll get you cleaned up. So Deathstroke gets ready to sit and he tells him, "Yeah, relaxing can be deadly in my line of work. Makes you miss things. Like when I walked in, I was told right on time, except it wasn't. Early is on time, and on time is late, Colonel." That's what Len always used to say. Deathstroke then breaks the leg of the man sitting down with the newspaper, and he grabs Len's arm, throwing him into the mirror. He begins to systematically take down each of the people in the shop, turning all of the gadgets they had prepared against him. As Jin's spell fades, Deathstroke looks at the Teen Titans, telling Robin, "Just give it up, but I will say you got a set on you, boy." Robin calls out to Crush that she's up, and a second later she bursts through the wall swinging. Deathstroke easily dodges the attack, telling her that even with all of that strength, everyone has pressure points, just like this. So he pinches a specific spot on Crush's neck. She falls to the ground asking, "What the hell did you do?" Roundhouse charges in, shouting for him to get away, but Deathstroke uses a small taser, shorting out the semiconductors in Roundhouse's suit. Kid Flash then runs in, punching Deathstroke to the ground, telling him, "Stop hurting my friends!" And Deathstroke laughs, "You are so predictable. You know that the Icon suit stores energy, right?" As the charge is released, there's a loud kaboom! And the shock shorts out the conductors in Roundhouse's suit completely, knocking him out. Deathstroke starts to get back up holding a knife, but before he can fully stand, he suddenly falls to the ground. Behind him is Robin, holding a small knife covered in blood, stating that they got him. Red Arrow tells everyone that the cops are on their way, they gotta move out. But Kid Flash says, "No, not until I see Deathstroke taken away." and Jin then calls out that there's something wrong with Roundhouse. He can't keep the shape of his body together. Kid Flash runs over shouting that they have to get him into his other suit as a backup in his room. Are you sure you got this? Robin tells him. Oh yeah, trust me. Deathstroke will make it to his final destination. A short while later, Deathstroke wakes up when he hears the sounds of chains and quiet murmur. He opens his eye to see Robin, and then he lunges, feeling the chains holding him in place. Robin stands over him smiling, telling him, Welcome to my prison. Today I did what Batman never could. No more cheating the system or getting out of good behavior. The revolving door is closed, forever. Deathstroke sits back, getting comfortable, asking, Is that so? How is the old man anyway? Have you really thought about this, how this is going to end? Of course you haven't. This is a plan only a child would come up with. The only reason I'm still here is because I want to be. Robin turns back shouting, If you're so good, then escape! And Deathstroke tells him, Nah, I'm gonna stay away. Robin then asks, Why would you do that? And Deathstroke looks him right in the eyes and states, So that I can fix you. Just then the sound of someone coming can be heard. Robin calls out to Red Arrow, but it isn't Red Arrow. Kid Flash runs through the prison shouting to Robin, What is this place? The next day, Deathstroke is strung up, forced to watch the news of the people that he's murdered. He watches, telling himself, This kid, he's gone too far. He struggles to free himself, and his son, Joseph, contacts him asking how he's doing. Deathstroke tells him that he's fine. Robin may have taken his suit, but this isn't something where I couldn't just break my own arm and create enough slack in the cable so that I could get out. As he begins to short out the cell door, Joseph asks, You're not gonna hurt the kids, are you? And Deathstroke says, The only way that they would have gotten this kind of information would be from my own son. So you sold out your father and you're worried about them? Joseph tells him, Actually, yeah, pretty much. You need a pickup? Deathstroke gently pushes open the door, asking, Since when did I need your help? Meanwhile, in Bronx, Bradley Glenn, the villain known as Blackrock, sits in a hospital with his dying mother and priest. He prays with his mother one last time, kissing her forehead, telling her that he will make him pay for this. Outside, Robin and the team are getting ready to move in to capture Blackrock when suddenly Robin hears a familiar voice over the comms. Red Arrow radios in that they should grab him now, and Robin tells her to wait. Also switch to channel B. The voice says, That's not gonna work. Only you can hear this. Blackrock walks out of the hospital with a bag and his head hung low, and Red Arrow watches, stating, He's not heading to his car? The voice returns, telling Robin, You should have listened to Red Arrow. Your concept is sound, but the system is broken. It's like trying to take out the trash with clean hands. Red Arrow can take the shot right now and put it through his skull. Robin radios to Kid Flash, telling him that he's up. Disarm him now! Kid Flash runs in, grabbing the bag off of Blackrock so he can't activate his suit. But as the bag is removed, it pulls a pin, detonating it. The voice comes back, but this time in Kid Flash's ear. The bag was a decoy. That's why he was carrying it. You have about 1 second, a lifetime for a speedster. That wasn't a security cable, it was a suicide rig. Too late to save everyone now, but you can outrun it before it's ripped apart. The explosion goes off and Kid Flash shouts to the other, It's him! It's Deathstroke! The blast goes off and Blackrock turns on the suit to protect himself, shouting, You stupid kids! You stupid kids! You ruined everything! Robin tells the others that they need to quickly subdue Blackrock while tending to those affected by the blast. Deathstroke tells Robin that he should have taken Blackrock while he was inside. And Robin says, This means that you escaped? Deathstroke brushes his teeth, telling him, Nope, just tapped into your satellite feed, watching the circus. Crush charges in, but Blackrock punches her in the face, launching her across the garage. Roundhouse screams for Crush, but Deathstroke says that it sounds like it's all falling apart now. Roundhouse is acting emotionally. Even though he knows Lobo's daughter can take the hit, he's not even stopping to wonder why Blackrock is running into the garage. Maybe he left something in his car, but those people trapped, they're gonna have to leave them. Let them die so you can protect the secret. That's discipline. For the greater good, let them die. Deathstroke then heads back to his cell with Black Mask telling him, At last, Deathstroke, our leader, has finally come to bust us out. Together we will destroy those damned kids. Deathstroke pauses for a moment and then says, Okay, sure. Back at the hospital, Jin starts to lift the rubble trapping the car, and Blackrock shouts to everyone to just get out of the way. Robin tells him to just give up, he's not escaping, and he asks, Escape? You idiot! We've got to save those people, you snot-nosed kids! I was trying to turn myself in! My mother is dying in there, and there's only one man responsible for that. Me! The priest talked me out of suicide, convinced me to go to the cops, and then you punks came along. Once Jin gets everyone to safety, Robin gives the call for everyone to retreat. And later, as Robin heads to Deathstroke's cell, he finds Deathstroke sitting there eating a burger while watching the news. He tells him that he should actually go after the people that he's pissed at. Batman and Ra's al Ghul. Wait, they don't know what you've been up to, do they? Fascinating, especially after how you handled BlackRock. Sparks from the trapped car ignite the gas line that Jin ruptured when she lifted all of the debris. The only one who could hear that deafening roar was his former protege in slow motion. He had what? 10 milliseconds to save BlackRock? He only needed to extend his Speed Force aura around BlackRock. Was he following orders or defying them? Maybe you should have let BlackRock die, or maybe not. Either way, you flinched, Robin. Robin asks, "What did you mean by you were gonna fix me? How?" And Deathstroke tells him, "It's simple. You're going to kill." However, the day prior, we return to the moment that Kid Flash learned of Robin's secret prison, the place he's been bringing all of the prisoners that they've been capturing. As the two head up the elevator, Robin says that he shouldn't have seen that. It's not for you. And Kid Flash says that he's sorry for having some questions, like why is every criminal that we've taken down locked up beneath our headquarters? Robin tells him that it's complicated, but Kid Flash tells him, "No, it's insane. I put a tracer on Deathstroke to make sure that he went to jail. Turns out, I shouldn't have trusted you." The elevator door dings, and Red Arrow looks in, stating, "Great, Kid Flash knows. Spectacular." Kid Flash scoffs, stating, "Of course she's a part of this. We're teammates in all of this, and I'm voting that we tell the others about it." Robin tells him, "No, there is no prison out there that can hold Deathstroke. Until we figure out what we're going to do with him, we can't risk telling the others." So a short while later, Robin and Red Arrow train, but all Robin can think about is what Deathstroke said. "I'm gonna fix you." Robin throws a batarang, cutting the string on Red Arrow's bow, and grabs her from behind. He begins to choke her out, just as he tried with Deathstroke, but Red Arrow headbutts him, asking, "What the hell is the matter with you?" "I know Deathstroke's in your head. I watched the security footage. Are you tempted by his offer?" Robin tells her, "We were both raised to kill. We both have blood on our hands." And Red Arrow says, "Of course, but we've broken those patterns, haven't we?" Meanwhile, up at the pigeon coop, Crush tends to the birds when Roundhouse comes in asking what's up. She looks over and asks, does he think that Robin and Jin are off somewhere together? And Roundhouse eats his popcorn, stating, "Who knows? Worst team dating secret ever, right?" Crush blushes and looks away, but Roundhouse says, "Oh, I get it now! You got a thing for Robin." But she laughs, "Haha, no, not Robin, Jin." Roundhouse then asks, "Wait, you like girls or something?" And Crush tells him, "Yeah, she does." Roundhouse sighs, "Oh, you never told us." And then Crush takes the popcorn, stating, "You never asked. I thought that Jin might know how I felt, but what if she doesn't feel the same?" Roundhouse tells her, "You'll just have to deal with it. Trust me, I get rejected all the time. It's no biggie. But you gotta tell her how you feel, because if you don't, well, that's on you." Later, Crush knocks on Jin's door, and Jin answers, stating, "It's delightful to see you." Crush shyly looks away, stating, There's something I gotta tell you, and I like you." Jin smiles. "Well, I like you too." And Crush tells her, "It's not like that. I like you like..." She then just leans in and kisses Jin, but rather than pulling away, Jin accepts it, kissing back. Crush leans back, stating, "Yeah, so think on that for a minute." As she walks away, Robin returns to see Jin floating there, and he says that he's sorry for being late. But, Jin, are we doing this healing session? He walks in, and Jin snaps out of her daze, and he takes off his mask, stating that he's got a question. In her experience, is killing another human ever justified? She tells him in a particular or dire circumstance, sometimes it's the only way. But her experience has led her to view death differently. Robin looks at himself in the mirror, stating that he died once, and Jin tells him that she knows. It's marked upon his soul. Often death is not the end, but a new beginning. And trust her when she says that there are far worse fates than death. Later in the prison armory, Kid Flash walks in while Red Arrow goes through the pulleys, asking how does she do it. All of this, the secrets, the lies they've told. How is she so cold? Red Arrow says, does he really think that it's that easy? That she wants to do this? He had a normal life before he got his powers. He had choices. Her mother taught her to be one thing. The least that she can do is use what she gave her to stop people like her. They all eventually become their parents at some point, right? Kid Flash tells her, no, we always have choices. I'm not sure I'll ever be like that. Maybe I don't belong here. But as he turns to leave, Red Arrow grabs him, stating, wait, your powers alone make you part of the top 3 on this team. You're also annoying and impulsive. However, you have this exhausting, unfailing moral compass, and even if we don't always follow it, we do need it. The team needs you. Kid Flash looks at her asking, team? And Red Arrow pauses and states, yes, the team. Kid Flash, what are you going to do? But down below in the prison, Deathstroke is hanging and he notices someone there. He asks if they're just going to sit in the shadows all night, and that's when there's a beep. And that beep was the locks being released on all of the inmates. Back up top, Robin wakes up from another nightmare to clear his head. He decides to go check on his prisoners. But when he opens up the elevator door, all the prisoners lunge out at him. Everyone begins to surround Robin, but as they get close, Robin activates the lockdown, releasing an electrical charge that stuns everyone while hiding under his cape. Brother Blood gets back up, reaching for the cape, but as he lifts it, Robin has escaped through the hidden hatch beneath the floor. Underneath, Deathstroke grabs him as everyone begins shooting below and gets away. Deathstroke then throws Robin out the other end, telling him, "Looks like you got a little shrapnel in your eye during the electric slide. Better get that looked at. Also, while you were gone, I implemented your secret Terminus protocol from your encrypted server. You're welcome. Just tell everyone to stand down." Robin asks, "Terminus?" "No." And he lunges, swinging at Deathstroke. He aimlessly swings, with Deathstroke catching the knife, asking, "What's wrong? I just solved your problem for you. Stop!" Deathstroke grabs Robin, pinning him back, holding a knife to his face, with Robin shouting, "Do it! You know you want to!" Deathstroke tells him, "No, what I want to do is know why you hate me so much. Why is this so personal? So personal you're willing to get the other 5 kids killed." Robin tells him, "You could go straight to hell." And Deathstroke tells him, "Fine, sounds like a plan. Good luck out there with Paw Patrol. You're gonna need it." Outside, Kid Flash talks on the phone, and when he turns back, he sees all of the prisoners about to walk right out the front door. Swerve runs for the exit, but before she can make it, the doors are locked, trapping them inside. Kid Flash runs up the walls and into Red Arrow's room, telling her that they got a problem. Robin's lockdown still isn't a drill. Seconds later, Crush is blown out of her room by Atomic Skull, but she charges back, punching him through the wall and into Brother Blood. While that is going on, Robin makes his way to an opening and sees Kid Flash standing there, waiting for him. He grabbed all of the collars like he asked in the text. So Robin gets up, telling him to get those over to Red Arrow. She'll know what to do. He'll deal with Deathstroke alone. And Kid Flash then asks, "What did he do to you?" Robin looks away. "Nothing. Everything. His arrogance, his impunity, just rubbing our faces with his evil. His smug, arrogant..." And Kid Flash says, Whoa. You took on the world's deadliest assassin, dragged us into this because some guy ruffled your hair?" Robin climbs the ladder, telling him, "That's ridiculous." And Kid Flash tells him, "No, you're fixated on it. Like it's a trigger." Kid Flash then jumps in his way, asking, "Who are you really mad at here? Who is Deathstroke standing in for? You can't take out the real guy, so your world is about Deathstroke. This prison, where you kidnap people, it's like we're the criminals here. We just lock people up and forget about them." Robin tells him, "You have to hurry. If people die, it'll get even worse. So I suggest you get on with it." Kid Flash races over to put the power dampeners on all of the prisoners, with Red Arrow telling him that they need to bring him downstairs. Crush shouts, asking what the hell is going on. How did the losers get here? And what did she hear about a prison? What the hell is her and Bird Boy not telling them? Robin hurries over to the jet where Swerve's last known location was, and she points her guns, telling Robin, "Please leave. Please let her go." Robin begins going through the jet's cabin, as telling her that he can't do that. But that's when Jin phases in, asking, "What is she talking about?" Robin tells her, "There's no time. Get these injectors below, fast! If we let them go, if they leave, they're going to die." Swerve asks, "What did you do to us? Infect us with some kind of a virus? A failsafe in case the prisoners escaped?" Robin says, "There's an enzyme in the prison oxygen that inhibits the toxin. Outside the prison, the air is poison." "That's right." Robin then rushes to the outside where Deathstroke waits for him, telling him that the Terminus protocol was brilliant. But he kept it a secret because he was too weak to implement it. So he did. Robin tells him, "That's right. I infected the prisoners. Release them. Let them walk out the door and die. It's that simple." Deathstroke asks, "Release them? I wouldn't cross the hall to spit on them. Letting them go as if they were my kids. You risked your life to save people who were actively trying to kill you. I turned on the Terminus to fix you. But it's too late." Robin asks, "Is it? Would you bet your life on it?" And Deathstroke takes off his mask, telling him, "Yeah, I would. I couldn't understand the obsession. Figured it was bats. But that's not it. There's something else. Deep." And Robin tells him, "You don't know anything!" And Deathstroke hands out a gun, telling him, "I know this. I said I was going to fix you. It's only one way. So do it. You know you want to." Robin takes the gun. He takes aim at Deathstroke. He holds it steady, and he doesn't pull the trigger. Deathstroke tells him, "That's what I thought. Bats ruined you." Then there's a quiet thunk as a red arrow shoots into Deathstroke's false eye. He stands there for a moment, and then he falls to the ground. The next morning, Red Arrow washes the blood off the roof, and Robin, along with Kid Flash, says that they need to talk. Red Arrow tells them that they know that if he'd escaped, he'd have killed again. it would have been on their shoulders. But just then Roundhouse shouts, "Hey jerks, you lied to us! I expected this kind of crap from the Psycho Twins. But KF? We're supposed to be friends, man! You met my mother for dinner!" Everyone begins to argue, and through it all, Jin quietly says that they must release the prisoners. Kid Flash then says that she's right. They do have to release them. They should have the moment they found out. Red Arrow tells them that it might be hard for them to understand, but those prisoners are the key to taking down the other. Those criminals are his agents. Kid Flash then asks, where has that gotten us? Face it, that prison is nothing more than a ticking time bomb that's already almost gotten us killed. Red Arrow pulls back on her bow, aiming it at Kid Flash, stating she can't let him go. And Kid Flash asks, what are you gonna do? Put an arrow in me like Deathstroke? So Red Arrow shouts that Deathstroke was a monster. She just did what he didn't have the guts to do. If he's so righteous, why didn't he stop the arrow? He's faster than it, right? Maybe deep down he wanted Deathstroke dead as well. So, you're welcome. Robin steps in, telling Red Arrow that she crossed a line that never should have been crossed. Now you have to live with it. Kid Flash says no. She made a choice that we all have to live with. Just like you and your damn prison. But not anymore. Kid Flash reaches for the door, but Robin throws a batarang into it, telling him, just listen. Deathstroke activated Terminus. I never intended on... But Kid Flash stops him. Yeah, you weren't gonna kill them, but you weren't gonna free them either. You've done something that Flash, Green Arrow, and even Batman would never do. They were building a better system. Theirs was systematically built. If you can't see that, then we're a part of the problem. Jin says that she understands. He thinks that she is part of the problem. Robin tries to tell her no, but she says, you let me in. I shared my history with you, my greatest shames. I believed you understood me, but it is clear now that you are not who I thought you were. What you are doing is disgusting, inhumane. It is one thing to take someone's life, but to take their freedom, that is evil. Robin tells her that he's going to do this for the greater good, but Jin stops him, stating, that is exactly what Elias said before he took my ring and imprisoned me within it. Robin shouts, they're criminals! They chose to be cold-blooded murderers! You just saw it! They tried to kill us the second they were free! I'm the leader of this team, and sometimes the leader has to make hard decisions. Jin sighs, stating that she is more lost now than she was the day he found her. Roundhouse then asks if they're going to do this or what. And Jin says, yeah, they are. So she begins to fly away. Robin reaches out for her, but she pulls away, stating, do not touch her. Robin tells her to stop, but when he goes again, Crush grabs and lifts him up, asking, are you deaf? She said don't touch her. Crush then throws Robin's body up against a billboard, and when Kid Flash tells her not to, she elbows him, launching him across the roof. Crush then turns to Red Arrow, but before she can do anything, Kid Flash runs around Crush with enough speed to pick her up and throw her down the roof. Roundhouse charges up, bouncing into Kid Flash, shouting that he needs to quit being such an ass! And Red Arrow sighs, stating that this is ridiculous. Jin agrees. They should be releasing the prisoners. So she pulls back on her bow, stating that they are not going to do that. Jin waves her hand, disarming her, stating that all the arrows in the world cannot stop her. Red Arrow then tackles into her, telling her that she's probably right. But then again, there's no need for them. The Six continue to fight amongst themselves, but Jin stops everyone with her magic, stating that they will stop the senseless fighting immediately. Or she will. Robin gets back up, stating, the prison was my idea. It's my burden to deal with. And Kid Flash tells him that that's the problem. He's always been making decisions for the rest of them, but that ends with, before he could finish, there's a loud explosion knocking everyone to the ground. Crush pulls herself up, asking who the... But before she could finish, a hand reaches down, picking her up by her neck, and she says, you! Lobo laughs, ha ha ha! That's right, sweetheart! Daddy's home! Okay, so I know a lot of you watch the title and you're like, Benny, you're either spoiling the plot or it's a misdirection, like when you did Death of Chloe on Smallville. Well, kind of spoiled the plot for this one, but in my defense, it's how they build the story. So I don't feel like I was spoiling anything when they themselves were dubbing the story The Death of Deathstroke. Go read Teen Titans, it's The Death of Deathstroke. So if you're wondering, as of right now, the time of making this video, Deathstroke's still dead. Like, dead. My current theory, and I've had a few DC writers tell me that I may be right, but they won't tell me I'm wrong or right, is that Deathstroke is currently in hiding and he'll be popping up during the Year of the Villains. I don't know if that's going to happen, but if it does, I called it right here on the Comic Historian channel. But what do you guys think? How long do you think Deathstroke's going to stay dead? This is comic books. We know he's coming back, but the comic book has already continued on with his daughter and his son doing the storylines. So, like, the book is still going. It doesn't even need Deathstroke, well, at least what they're trying to find out. Either way, what do you think? And also, what do you think of this team? And also, Lobo! What a cliffhanger! Are you ready for that? Because it's coming soon. Go check out our Patreon, patreon.com/comicstorian, if you want to get that video early. We have a premium membership that we have over there on our Patreon, where basically we give you the videos 3 to 7 days early. And over there, very soon, we're going to be releasing the Lobo video. And then it comes over here on YouTube eventually. So sub to this channel, give this video a like, follow me on Twitter, and check out our Patreon if you want to support us. Or just hang out here and watch the videos because we appreciate any help you give us. I'll see you next time right here.